Good morning, beautiful beings of light and love and calmness and peace and, more fervor than yesterday in your divine quest to climb to the infinite unmanifest. So great to know that you all are, considering this ultimate so-called challenge, this soul challenge where, you become who you really are and you're willing, you're able, you're confident to let go of everything that doesn't fit into that quest, into that heart space. I took that commandment, that first one that is said, Christ said, this is the only one you need, to love God with all your heart, mind, strength, and soul, and then to give that same love to all. So I made a couple songs, couple versions of it, but I thought I would. Well, let me just give you some good news first. I mean, yeah, good news. If you're feeling a little stressed about your meditation practice, this is what Yogananda says. He really gives us a lot of um, length. If he's a divine fisherman, he lets that our little self go out and explore the deep depths of the ocean, right? And then he'll pull in you a little bit, pull you in, let you go, play, do what you want to do, and then he'll pull you in. So this is what he says. He says, don't feel bad. Good morning, Narayan. Good morning, Laurie, Lisa, and Cami. Just in case every now and then you might feel a little bit like, wow, my meditation, if I stop and think about it, which not a good idea. Maybe if you stop and love about it, you'll enjoy it more. But anyway, he said, don't feel bad if you find yourself too restless to meditate deeply. Don't feel too bad. Isn't that sweet? Can you imagine just being one on one with the divine presence and it says to you, don't feel bad. If you're, the greatest thing with my coach in the ashram, Brother Premamoy, was that he just got me. He just got me. He didn't make anything wrong that I was considering could be wrong. And he would always just diffuse the situation by just saying something empowering to me that it made me feel like he totally trusts me and that and just positive good things, just like what we're saying. Yogananda is saying to us now, don't feel bad if you find yourself too restless to meditate deeply. Calmness will come in time if you practice regularly. Just never, here's a never. Never accept the thought that meditation is not for you. Never accept that thought that meditation is not for you. Remember, calmness is your eternal, true nature. So just in case you forgot that our number one thing today, kind of moving on towards, I don't know, almost 60 days of this timeless awareness of the unconditional love that we are totally bathing in, that the light is shining all around us. We had that golden shower yesterday, and just reminder after reminder, my dears. And so I wrote a couple songs that just reminds us of the first commandment, the very first and only thing to come back to, and that is love. I love you with all of my mind. I love you with all my heart. I love you with all my heart. I love you with all my soul. I love you with all of my mind. I love you with all my heart. I love you with all my strength. I love you with all my soul. I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you with all my soul. And another version was this, with all my strength, mind, heart, and soul. I love you with all my strength, mind, heart, and soul. I love you. You're my first love since beginning of time. You're the only one. You've always been mine. You're my first love. Now I'm first in line to give you all I am because you're my first love. With all my strength, mind, heart, and soul. I love you. As you sit here, my dears, yeah, just if it kind of feels okay for you, just start to love. Start to love. If nothing else, remember to love. It's the easiest thing for the dark side to get a grip on us because it does everything and anything it can just so we don't love. Isn't that crazy? And yet the divine is doing everything it can in its power to say, no, you just gotta be calm in this moment. Don't feel bad about anything. And then, with all my strength, mind, heart, and soul, I love you. With all my strength, mind, heart, and soul, I love you. You're my first love since the beginning of time. You're the only one. You've always been mine. You're my first love. Now I'm first in line. You're my first love. Now I'm first in line to give you all I am because you're my first love. Yeah. So right along those lines, my dears, let's just feel like the only requirement here, the only thing to remember is to come back to this present moment of love. It takes care of everything. You don't have to know anything. You don't have to have all your duckies in a row. You don't need to figure out what you need to think you need to figure out today. Put love into it. It will show you the way. It will make it so enjoyable to put love instead of anything else into your heart space and your consciousness space. Only love, only love, only love. Yogananda said, when I'm gone, only love can take my place. Yeah. When you just lose something or whatever, only love can take my place, right? You can look at it that way. So let's close our eyes because I want to share with you some other goodies for this morning that I feel strong about. And you do realize, right? We're at a juncture in the divine timeline that everything is just two choices, two realities to look at. And so it's either you're loving or you're not. Those are the two realities, right? And those realities are playing out at the same time. One built on fear and confusion and constant noise, the other built on love, awareness, truth, and a deep inner knowing that something bigger is unfolding. So the strongest spirits of us, my dears, right now, aren't the ones yelling the loudest. They're the ones who can see both realities clearly and still choose not to live in fear. They're the ones like you and me, quietly preparing their lives to flourish no matter what happens. They know why they're here. They know they are protected. We were in that golden shower yesterday, and they know this moment in time isn't random. So while others are emotionally reacting, others are grounding themselves and becoming steady. This isn't about ignoring what's happening in the world. It's about not letting fear dictate your energy, right? Your decisions or your future. It's about standing in truth and continuing to build your life anyway. So the ones who understand what's happening right now aren't frozen. They're focused. We're focused, my dears. They're simplifying. They're strengthening their bodies. With all my strength, mind, heart, and soul, I love you. How do you strengthen your body? You go work out with weights. That's fine. You can get a little muscle going. That's great. But the greatest way is to love. You want to feel true power? It's the power of love. It's the power of this moment. With all my strength, mind, heart, and soul, I love you. Because you're my first love. It's my first priority. It's my my first go-to is love. So we came to hold the line and to rise. Us rainbow tribe, yogis and yoginis who just pour heart from love from their heart into each other. Can you imagine that your only practice is to remember love, feel the love, share the love. Remember love, feel the love, and share the love. Do you know that's our only thing God's requesting of us today? Everything else you can let slide, but not the love. So this is actually though what I wanted to read for you. It's a quote from Yogananda, and it's pretty potent. It's very potent. All truth words are potent. This is what he said though. This is something that we need to really focus on. Like everything else that we don't come here to just chit chat. We come here to remember, and maybe set off a whole, you know, what was that movie of all these things that go bad, go wrong? No, a whole chain of amazing events, right? A whole chain of amazing experiences in a divine way, in that beautiful heart and soul and divine love affair that you have with the beloved. So this is what Yogananda said. He said the entirety of human life. Think of your entirety of your life right now. Ryan, Laurie, Lisa, Jim, Cami, the entirety of your human life right now. It's been a preparation for the final examination at death. Everything you've done so far has been just a preparation for one thing. Your consciousness when it's time to leave the body. Your learning experience when it's time to leave the body. You're happy or sad or somewhere in between or guilty or filled with light that we make hay while the sun is shining, because the entirety of human life is just a preparation for the final exam. Are you ready to take your final exam today? Let's see what he says. The Guru says, a man or woman suddenly finding herself or himself at death's door reviews in a flash. Reviews in a flash. The thoughts and desires and habits in a flash. The thoughts and desires and habits of his and her entire life in a flash. Right away, the review film starts to play of our entire life. And it just flashes. And, you're in a place where you're not in control of anything. It's just the way that God operates. So at death's door, there's a review, and the review's in a flash of the thoughts and desires and habits of your entire life. You are quickly invaded. You're quickly invaded. One of the first things, you're quickly invaded by one overwhelming feeling or desire whose nature will be in accordance with the character of your life. So you're going to get a review straight away of those overwhelming feelings and desires whose nature will be in accordance with your character, with the character of your life, through the repetition of what you constantly thought about, what your desires were, and so on. You may feel predominantly guilty for your evil actions or predominantly happy because of your good deeds. or predominantly worldly because of your material activities, whatever is your feeling, it is the determining cause that will lead you to a particular part of the astral worlds and then to another suitable incarnation on earth. But I just thought this was so powerful because we need to be ready we did not meditate, Sri Teshwa. You did not meditate. You did not concentrate. You did not meditate. You did not concentrate and passed your time in idle words. Oh, my saint, wait yet, wait. Oh, my saint, wait yet, wait. What's going on? I think I got some messages from some of you guys, but I can't find them. I'm I'm too occupied. It's the are you reading? Turn up volume. Well, no, I don't turn that up right now. Can you hear me, y'all? Can you hear me? Just give me a nay or a yay, and I'll put my hotspot on if needed. Orion says the heart's lifted. Her heart's lifted, so everything's okay. Yay! Everything okay. The hearts are lifted. That's all we need, Lori. Just a little lift of the heart, right? Just a little realization that right now we could have a little flash of a review, a life review, and take care of shop right here and now because we are in a state of love right here, right now. Can you imagine that that's what your review is going to be? Just love, 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 love. You return to love over and over and over again. Wow. So I want us to look at this. A couple of things, but I want us to look at this. Let me get it for us. You are the new earth. So when we talk about the new earth, we're talking about everything that we want to be. So that if we have a review at the end of the day, which is a highly recommended practice, review during the day, and just say, am I in a state of love or am I in a state of thought? Am I in a moment of love or am I in a moment of thought? It's very clear, right? There's just two timelines going on, whether you are remembering the truth or you're not. It's so simple. It's just a divided world completely. So let's just look at, if you so want to muse with me and think about our first love, our first reaction, our first thought, the first thought in the morning, the first love of my heart, the first ambition of my soul is God first. That's what Yogananda says. He didn't sing it like that. He may have. The first thought of the morning, the first love of my heart, the first ambition of my soul is God first. God first, my love. God first, my heart. God first, my everything. God first, my love. God first, my heart. God first, my everything. So let's listen to this. Some some of the incoming. Let's look at that timeline that is the incoming of the fifth dimension, my dears. Just so you know that you're on track when you have this moment of love, like that's the ultimate, this moment of love. So it says you are the new earth, Narayan and Lori and Lisa and Cami, you are the new earth. And comes a moment in life when you realize the world isn't changing somewhere out there, it's changing inside of you. All right. All this is inside of you. It's an inside job. Nobody can interfere in your divine romance. No one can interfere with your intimacy with the divine and with your own heart and soul and with your own beingness. Nobody can mess that up. Only us if we forget, right? And we forget because we're not willing to put in, the effort to remember, right? Because maybe we haven't collapsed totally the old self. Anyway, let's just see more. Let's just feel more into this new earth energies, okay? It's changing. Things are changing inside of us. The old patterns of fear, division, and constant survival begin to loosen their grip. You all have heard this, but it doesn't hurt to hear it again. The old patterns of fear, division, and constant survival begin to loosen their grip, right? You let go. You let God. You surrender. You take whatever it is going on in your mind right now and you replace it. Remember, we're a replacement agency. We replace whatever thought, feeling, mood, idea, concept that we have going on in our mind. And if it ain't registering in the heart space, my dears, we replace it immediately because there's only love. There's really seriously only love. The old patterns of fear, division, and constant survival begin to loosen their grip. So if you haven't loosened your grip completely yet, go for it. Let go right now. There's just this moment. If you take care of this moment, what did Yogananda say? If you live this moment fully and completely, the future will take care of itself. That's why love in this moment will be there for you when you have the final review at the end of your life, the way that Yogananda described. That you'll get a flash, and all of a sudden, all your thoughts, desires, they'll absolutely put into the essence of what your character is at that moment. So if we're not in the moment now, you think you'll be at the end? We got to practice. We got to practice more. And that's why we're here. So thank you for joining us for our morning training session, my dears, right? Remembrance session. So the old patterns of fear, division, and constant survival begin to loosen their grip. You stop reacting to every headline, every argument. You stop reacting. Every storm, you stop feeling like, oh my God, I'm going to die. And you start choosing instead how you show up, to this moment. Now you could choose fear, if there's, like right now, the nor'easters in the East Coast is getting hammered, and over 500,000 people don't have power. So what do we do in a situation like that, right? You would just want to go into the fear mode immediately. I know it's easy. It's really easy, right? Panic mode, it's really easy to do that if it's a habit. But we want to be able to see somehow bring that love into the picture because that's what Christ, he walked on the water, right? it, love is a miracle worker, my dears. It's the magic. It's the miracle. So we stop reacting to every headline, argument, and storm. And we start choosing. We start choosing in that moment. Now, you could choose, the love and then slip back into the fear, but just keep coming back. Just like Yogananda said, if you're not able to meditate, that's okay. That's okay. Just keep trying. Just keep trying, my dears. Just come back to the present moment, the love in this present moment, and then bring it into the present moment of the thing that you're most, maybe fearful about. That thing that is most, kind of you wanting to avoid because it's just, you don't want to face it. Don't want to deal with it, right? You're exhausted. All right. So start choosing how you show up in everything. Your peace becomes less dependent on the chaos around you and more anchored in something deeper, something steady, something real. They could hold on for dear life, you gurus, bear hug or Divine Mother's bear hug. You know, like we said, I want uppy, uppy, oh my mother divine. Lift me up into your arms. Hold me tight. Lift me up and hold in your arms and hold me tight. Because I want uppy, uppy, oh my mother divine. This is just my craziness that comes out after all these years of this coming back to the present moment, my dears. That's all this is. That's all. But you know, a lot of this has changed within me. My habits, my brain structure, the way I think and react. It's all changed just a little bit at a time. So let's get anchored in something deeper, something steadier, something real. Most people think a new world will arrive as a dramatic event. But the truth is, but the truth is it arrives quietly, quietly through awareness, like this moment of awareness, the new earth energies. The rainbow tribe is alive and well because it's in the present moment right now. Thank you, Narayan, for being present to the loving presence. And you too, Laurie and Lisa and Jim. Thank you. Thank you for coming back to it. And Cami, same thing. The truth arrives quietly through awareness, through healing, through the courage to live differently, even when others don't understand. Right? You know, really, really, you know, we'll talk to who knows how many people today, maybe, or some, but let's meet and greet from a place of love. Let's just don't talk. Let's just don't be the human. Let's be the love force. Let's be the love, the light, the peace. That's new age living right there. And you make it a practice across the board. You see something, why not pour the love into it, you know? Pour your heart into it, give it your all. Hold nothing back, there ain't no fall. There's only glory, 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 glory. Hey, give it your all, baby. Give it your all, baby. Give it your all, baby. Don't mind me. This is just some of the programming I programmed into my head. That's all. Sharing it with you, my dears. So, through the courage to live differently, even when others don't understand, when your heart opens and your mind clears, when your heart opens and your mind clears, when your heart door opens and your mind clears, I love that mind. And you begin to experience a reality that has always been here. You go, oh my God, it's always been here. I've always been a happy guy. I've always been a loving person. I mean, that's just put it mildly, right? That's just put it kind of, you know, generally. I've always been. I've always been this divine being. I've always been, you know, someone who wants to lend a hand. I've always been willing to sit down and do that meditation, even if I didn't. You know, I've always been, right? So when your heart opens and your mind clears, you begin to experience a reality that has always been here. Ryan, gee, you get it? Laurie, Lisa, Cami, you get it? You begin to experience a reality that's always been here, just hidden, as Yogananda says over and over again, beneath fear and conditioning, beneath the darkness of closed eyes, just beneath whatever it is you're focusing on. Whatever, just know that beneath it is the love boat. So jump right on. Let's sail away. Sail away in our love boat, my dears. Not everyone will see, what you see right now, and that's okay. Each person awakens in their own time. Give it time. Let people have, like the divine fishermen, just will let that line go out, and you can swim in the deepest depths of whatever it is you want to do, and then you'll be just pulled gently back in. If your heart is true, if your heart is true with God, then everything will become absolutely what you can dream about in the highest type of way. It will just come to you, my dears. It will come to you. So let me go back to this. Oh yeah, wait a minute. Let me finish. We got to finish up this new age, this new age talk that we're into, the new earth. I have a good one too that we look in the mirror. We'll do that. We'll do that one tomorrow. We look in the mirror, do some mirror work. Are you all up for that? But first, let's finish this up. Let's finish this one up. We're almost done with it, my dears. So not everyone will see you right now, and that's okay. Each person awakens in their own time. The only thing you are truly responsible for in these new energies coming in, my dears, is the frequency you carry. That's the point. Yeah, finally I get to it. The only thing that is truly responsible for is the frequency you carry. That's why at the end of life, it's your frequency that gets looked at pretty closely in a microscope from the divine as a review, right? It's the frequency. So if your frequency can stay high today in the ways and means that you know we talk about and that you practice, you're in business because the future will take care of itself. That's the point. The only thing we're truly responsible for is the frequency we carry. And I carry your heart in my heart, says that famous poem, right? I carry your heart in my heart. So it's the frequency you carry, be responsible for, the love you embody, be responsible for, and the peace you choose to anchor in your daily life, be responsible for. The new earth isn't a place we travel to, my dears. It's a state of being we grow into. And that's all we're doing here. It's just growing. We're growing our soul garden. We're growing our soul qualities. The new earth isn't a place we travel to. It's a state of being we grow into. And every time you choose awareness over fear and love over anything else, when you choose awareness over fear and love over anything and everything that is not love, you choose in love, you help build this new earth. Kind of along the lines of what we're all about, isn't it, my dears? Let's just rub our hands together and get ready for a little om if you're up to it, if we're still got connection, if we still, you're my first love since the beginning of time. You're the only one. You've always been mine. You're my first love. Now I'm first in line to give you all I am because you're my first love. Let's go with an om. Let's seal that deal. My first loves, my first loves, my first loves. If we can be each other's first loves, because love is the beginning, the during, the middle, the end, and then forever. In eternities, in the beginning, and the Alpha and the Omega, right? All right, let's chant it on. Oh, let's let's put our God glasses on, my dears. I know you already have them on. I know your heart door is open. I know you're footloose and fancy and free. You just can't wait to experience today what maybe you might not have if you didn't come and get some reminders this morning, but you may probably would have. How's that? We wrap our hands around, well, we certainly care, and let's just put all our trust, that there's a major collapse on the planet right now where people don't trust, and there's good reason for that. So we gotta if we find ourselves wobbling a little in that area, we need to make sure that the love comes in so strong, and that we remember the love so much that there is no fear that it collapse. Let that go, and we celebrate as a rainbow tribe, lovers of love, and that is that. All right. So we care, and then we share. That frequency. You can't hide that frequency. People feel frequency, right? They either kind of like you or they don't, or there's something in between, or they really like it, whatever. But it's not about what they like. It's about the frequency we can hold for everything, everyone, everywhere, all the friggin' time. All right. Thank you so much, my dears. Love you till the beginning. I'll love you till the very beginning of our unity consciousness together, enjoying the truth without any kind of interruptions, and drunk, as Yogananda says. I'll get all drunk, oh, with thy name. I'll get all drunk, oh, with thy love. And that is that. Thank you so much. Enjoy today, my dears. I think we had a good starter package this morning. And don't feel bad. Don't feel bad about anything. It's not worth it. All right. All right. Love y'all. Aho. Namaste.